Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Talking Automotive podcast, episode 9, which is crazy. Today we have Aussie Arvo, or the boys from Aussie Arvo on. Welcome, boys. We have Adam Reed from Living 4x4, as usual, and the rest of the boys are away doing things. So it's just us. Welcome, boys.
Yeah.
How are we all?
How are we all going? How's lockdown treating us, all fellow Victorians?
Oh, look. Yeah.
Classic.
We all know
is everyone just sick of that question?
That question, yes.
Pretty much. Yeah. It's like, what did you do this week? Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be as soon as everything opens back up, there can't be any questions of how was lockdown.
No.
No.
It's just, yeah. No, we can't do that.
Everyone should know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm so keen for this. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah. Just before we do anything, I'll be commenting under the name Kafuku brand because I can't log out at the moment. So this is me, and this is Adam. There we go.
Yeah, right. You should have logged out. Oh, well. It's all good.
That's too late.
That's your new brand, right?
Yeah.
Whilst they're on. Anyway, we'll
Yeah,
talk about
sick.
that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Let's get into it, eh? Let's
Yep.
first of all, it's Adam's birthday, right?
Oh,
So everyone in the chat
thanks,
say
guys.
HB and get your cold ones and we'll crack them open, eh? Get your cold ones. We'll give them a bit of a crack open.
We'll go up nice and close.
Nice. There we go.
Did you hear that?
Alrighty.
Ooh, that is Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
That's and this. Let me get it right. Crap. The Alex. That's your brother, isn't it? Or is that someone else? No, that's someone else. Actually, I talk to him on Instagram all the time.
Me?
No, in the chat.
What?
Alexander. Sorry, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways.
Anyway.
Do you guys want to give yourself a bit of an intro?
yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well, we're Aussie Arvo, so I'm Patrick, this is Liam, so you've probably seen us in the videos before. There's also James and Dan, so you've probably seen them before. And yeah, that's our YouTube channel. Basically, it's basically just captures an afternoon of whatever we're doing that day. So it could be all driving, mechanical stuff, trips away,
Filling potholes.
a bit of everything really. It's kind of just whatever we feel like doing, sort of, we post really. It's
cool. I like it. I like the style.
Thanks. Yeah, it's pretty much, we kind of have to all kind of agree on like, okay, we actually want to make this video, and then if we decide it's like decent, we'll put it out. But
Yes.
we don't really want to force anything that's like kind of like not genuine in a way. Even though like we have made probably some not great videos this year, but it has been hard in lockdown. Obviously,
Yeah,
we can't leave the home. It's not.
Yeah. Well, you guys have kept that up all through lockdown, haven't you? Like,
We haven't missed a video since Christmas last year. Every week.
Dude, that's so good.
Which is
How do you do that?
It's hard. It's especially when like a lot of boys have full-time jobs. We were at uni. I was at uni, and it's a big effort, and like it's hard, but it's rewarding when you had a video.
I don't think like people who don't do like content creation know how hard it is to keep to a schedule.
It's so hard.
It's so hard. Especially when it's like a group of people and you got to organize everyone. And, oh man, it's so difficult. So you've nearly made a year.
Yeah, hardest thing in lockdown has just been actually being able to put out content that's still interesting.
Yeah.
Rather than just, because that's the whole thing with YouTube. Like, you want to be putting out content that you enjoy. You don't just want to be making content like feeling that you're forced to make a video every week, because otherwise that's how you lose the sort of passion for it.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with that. I've done that as well during lockdown.
You've been pretty creative though, and it's good.
Yeah.
I like the potholes.
Yeah, the first video I watched of you guys, Adam was like, "Oh, check out Aussie Arvos," and I was like, "All right." Like, I'm just watching you filling potholes. It was so good.
Yeah, it's really, it's funny. It's funny how there's sometimes it's the videos that you don't really plan on go well. It's fun,
like it was just fun for you guys, and obviously everyone that's watching was like could sort of relate,
exactly.
but not
I
really.
was like, we're doing it anyway, and we're like, screw it, let's just film it. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna make this week anyway, so let's just film some podcasts.
Yeah.
It's definitely relatable though, because
potholes
everywhere, and it's like, oh.
Yep.
And then they fix them, but they don't actually fix them.
They don't fix them properly.
They're crap.
Or they reform in like a week's time.
Yeah.
Our ones, they've sort of hold out. Some of the bigger ones are slightly coming back.
Yeah.
Make a part 2.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, that's awesome. And then I think the second video I watched of you guys was the one that got banned by or taken down by what's it called? What is it? 4-wheel drive 24/7.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah,
it
that
just
one.
shows what a viral video does. Like that propels a channel.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Because that's the one where I discovered you guys because you used my stuff in it.
Oh, copyright.
Oh yeah, no.
I was like, Adam, please no. One more strike and I'm gone.
Yeah, it was like just some random commented on one of my posts like, "Go check these guys out" or something like they used some of your footage. And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then I saw the views that video kept pulling because like I was going back to it and I was like, Jesus, this is going nuts.
Yeah,
like, what is it now?
It's like
it just surpassed
300k. It's so good.
Jeez, that's so good.
Which is insane for like a video that just made here on my desk. Like
like
it's unbelievable. It's
just an idea you had. Yeah.
And the sort of like I think it also too because it was a topic that a lot of people could relate to and sort of have their own opinion on.
Yeah.
And I read every single comment on that video and hearing all the stories of people like their own history of 4-wheel drives and everything, like it was insane. So it was a good.
Yeah, it was a cool like taking away all the clickbaity stuff. Like just the video idea like was cool. It reminded me a lot of like Donut Media. Do you know Donut Media?
Yeah. Yep. Sure.
Yeah. And like in a good way it reminded me of it. Like just the like learning, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was sort of I sat down, I'm like, hang on a minute, this is sort of having to write like an essay sort of thing. It's sort of going back to year 12. It's a bit different, but it was an interesting video to make. It was one of my favorite videos I made just because I felt like it was a lot different than the sort of stuff we ever put out. And it was just I was like, I remember showing you the night before and I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't think people are going to take this right.
Yeah. At that point, a lot of our content had been like, patrols, this and that, and 4-wheel drive. And so it's sort of, that's the thing I think that's a lot of the thing with the YouTube algorithm. If you make if you make a risk by putting out a video that you're not sure how it's going to be perceived, you get rewarded. But
well, I think
weird.
normally if you're like, oh, I don't know about this, it's like too different. I don't really think there's really like if you're worried about it being left of field, it's probably a good thing that it is left of field. I've always said that like because it makes you stand out.
Yeah, sure.
Because like there's a lot of like 4-wheel drive vlog channels now out there, and so like it's the same with because the 4-wheel drive scene's like 3 years behind the street car scene. So like the same thing happened with the street car scene. It's like you have like your OGs that everyone loves, and then like there's been this huge influx of just like heaps of people on, and they're all making the same stuff. But like the original people are still doing fine. So anyway, that's how I look at it. I always look at what's happening in the street car world, and then I do that because the 4-wheel drive scene is like it is actually like 3 or 4 years behind, and then Australia is like 3 or 4 years behind America. So we're like nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all a very similar trend.
Yeah.
It's just that's it, and that's the thing. That's what 4-wheel drives like at the moment. 4-wheel drives are a huge trend.
They're massive.
Yeah,
at the moment.
Extremely popular.
It's huge.
It's sick.
It's just going off. It's an interesting spot. Yeah.
It's cool though.
Yeah, I don't see it dying out anytime soon.
It's just gonna get bigger.
I think it's always been there. I don't think it's necessarily getting much bigger. It's just a lot more accessible.
Wow, that's exactly right. But even like you see all the people that are selling off their Falcons and their Commodores or whatever else. Swap it for a Hilux or a Patrol or something.
Because
now like all the old 4-wheel drives are going up in price. So it's like you used to be able to buy a GQ for like 2 or 3 grand. It'd be like fine, and now
it's insane prices. And it's even in a year time. Like start of this year, I reckon I could have bought a 1H GT for maybe 13-14 grand. I can't find a 1H GT under 20 grand in Victoria.
It's so crazy, isn't
it? They don't exist. It's just
I found a second-hand 1HDT motor, like just the block, and it was $8,000, and I was like,
What the?
What?
It's getting up with like Nissan prices on like S13s and stuff, like SR20s. And
Yeah, and like this isn't even the 1HD FTE, which like if you want the block for that, that's like
Yeah,
15.
no,
It's like, what?
exactly.
And like my Troopy, that thing has gone up in value, like not specifically my one, but just in general, it's gone up in value so much. Like I keep finding the same kind of car that I bought, and it's like 10 or 15 grand more than when I bought it, and I only bought it like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 'cause you've got the coil front end, so you got the 78 series.
Yeah. So the 75s are still pretty alright price wise. But yeah, the rest, like I've seen, there's like a pop top version of mine, which always go for a lot more, but it was up for like, what was it? It was 80 something grand. And it had the 1HZ in it. I was like, what? You're dreaming. You're dreaming.
Well, brand new 79 for that price.
Yeah.
I will go out and say this. I would rather an older 70 series than the new 79s.
Yeah, I don't reckon I don't think the new 79s are all what they're cracked up to be.
Nah, like I drive them around all the time at work and like at Boss and like get in them and everything, and even like done up one. And you're just like,
it's the same.
I don't see it, you know. At least mine is old, so it can be old, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas like I get in and I'm like, oh, this is like just come from the showroom. It's 2020, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, and it feels no different.
Pretty weird, hey.
Like the first time I got in one, I prefer the interior of mine because mine's all metal, and then theirs is like the exact same, but it's all plastic.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know where the money is.
No, exactly.
It's in the added extras, like putting a not cassette tape in and putting electric windows in and
cup holders,
spacing out the wheels so they're not like sunk into the tray, all that stuff, isn't it?
I don't like. I reckon they can be done up to look nice.
Yeah,
definitely.
Oh yeah, they can definitely.
It's got a lot of money though. You spend like $100K and then you got to spend another 10 on it to make it look decent.
I know.
Minimum.
And it's like people that are like buying them and then doing them up to be these insane bush rigs, and it's like you can achieve the same thing for a $5,000 GQ.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And like people can say that about anything though.
Wow. Yeah.
You can say that about my car, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
that's the same.
Like I still reckon I don't have an issue with them. The only issue is the price of like.
Yeah.
They're the only cars you can buy, put a bull bar on it, and it goes up in price. Like what is going on? Why is it like that? Toyota tax.
Isn't it actually because of like the waiting list? The waiting list is really long.
Yeah, because the waiting list is huge. Like on the Troopy page, there's people like, oh, I'm waiting on a Sandy Torp Troopy or something.
Yeah.
They're like, they told me like
3 years.
10 or 11 months or something.
What?
Yeah.
For a Land Cruiser, which is like everywhere,
Yeah.
and there's this huge wait list.
Imagine waiting a year for a car you've just paid for, like stuff like that.
That's why
It's not even like it's a new car. Like
extra 20.
But it was, there's this specific post though, like it was 10 or 11 months for a Sandy Torp, or it was 3 months for a white one. It was just the paint color, for some reason added like 7 months to the wait time. I have no idea why.
And that's where you had people that are buying instead of buying an 80 grand 79, I was like, screw it, I'll buy a 30 grand GU Patrol.
Yeah.
Have it right now.
And that's why prices start going up as well.
And then people, sellers think, hang on, my car, I can sell my car for 30 grand, someone will buy it.
Because like you can be like, it's only got like 10,000 Ks on it. I'll sell it for basically the same price as normal, and people will be like, it's basically a new car, so I'm going to get that instead of waiting to get the other one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the 300 series at all?
No.
Do you know anything about it?
I've got no idea about that.
Didn't even know that.
I knew it was coming.
I don't know heaps about it. I just found out a little bit today that apparently it's going to be sold in a cab chassis. So
really?
So you can put a canopy on your 300 series.
Right.
So
it'll be expensive as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah. It'll be super expensive. But like that's what lots of people are asking for though. They're like, I want a 200 series in a Ute. That's what they want. So I think that might be what will happen.
Do you reckon full driving is like way more accessible? Like you said before, people are like selling their Commodores and Falcons and getting full drives. Like, because people that buy like Falcons and Commodores, they want to go do skids, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. And you're going to go to a track, which costs money.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, it was like in the original sort of before all the clickbait stuff of the 4-wheel drive 24/7 video. Like the original video, I had a bit. I was talking a lot about why I think 4-wheel drives are popular.
Yeah.
And I reckon it comes down to like it's people want to have like fun in their cars, but it's like you have fun in a Commodore. Like you can drive fast and do burnouts, but then you're gonna get like you might get the cop come after you or something like that. So the alternative is you have fun and do burnouts and in a 4-wheel drive, but it's legal.
Yeah, exactly. You go out in the bush, you can do like heaps of stuff, and it's not illegal.
Yeah, and there's places like 4-wheel drive Supercenter,
exactly,
which is
100%,
like it's not the best gear, but it gets you out there.
It's way
cheaper.
Yeah,
like way cheaper.
Yep.
So
like the actual price difference between it all is insane.
Yeah.
Like we're not even talking like $100 or $50. Like we're talking hundreds to thousands of dollars.
Have we all seen the new King's camper trailer?
Yeah, I saw that.
No, I haven't seen it.
I saw that at work, and I went up to my boss, and I was like, "Wait, look at this! Like, surely not." So King, do you know Kings?
Yeah, I know Kings.
King. Yeah, they just released a camper trailer that you can buy. It's like a minimum $12,000 that you're gonna spend on a Kings product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. But it'd have to be done to somewhat of a standard though. It's to like because that's sort of like their first real leap in like sort of something that has to be manufactured to spec.
Yeah.
Like you can't have wheels falling off on people.
Yeah. Well, wheels fall off patrols, so who knows?
Well, exactly right.
Yeah. But I think the thing with the King stuff, like I think functionality wise, it always works. It's always the little things, like the hardware, or
the handle snaps off or something.
The seals, or
I guarantee that they use the same bolts in the camp trailer that they do for the awnings or the mounting.
They definitely do.
And it's like the rooftop tent, like that's actually like it's fine. The construction of it is fine, but then the roof leaked through the rivets because they used open rivets. It's like it's just things like that.
Is that Sam's one? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
silly. That did start to leak.
Now I know why people shop around.
He just went under warranty and then got the new one, which doesn't leak. So
it's so weird.
So it's like he still only spent $2,000 on a product that people are spending like $6, $7, $8,000.
Yeah.
My Hilux is about to be all Kings.
King special.
The old King special.
If you took all the badges off, no one would know the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Took all the Kings logos off.
Yeah.
Roof racks, bodies, everything can all yeah.
There's no shame in going Kings.
Nah, well,
honestly, there is not at all. Because it's like, and it's so understandable because it's like for certain people, like even with my car, like I don't want to go out and spend like $500 on a set of steady lights when I can get Kings ones for $150. I mean, I'm sure the color temperatures and all that stuff are different, but the Kings lights are just as bright, like sort of thing.
Yeah, then you can go, they're not as good quality, so they'll break. And it's like, all right, I'll just buy another pair. Like 3 pairs for the price of one.
It's hard to look past the King gear when it's that cheap. I know.
Yeah. But then I think with the another beverage. I think with the whole like Corona stuff that's going on, like I try real hard to support like local and Australian.
Oh yeah,
and like you know that Kings is not Australian.
Oh no.
It's like the pinnacle of
used to be, didn't it?
I have no idea.
Like surely it was a smaller company.
I've heard all stories.
I think it might be like owned by Australian, but it's definitely his money.
Because my mate with the 105 on my channel, I don't know if you've seen it. He said he bought those drawers, they're King's drawers, I think, like when they're way more expensive, and now you can buy them like 100 times cheaper than what he got them for, and that was like 6 years ago when he started his car, because he's older than me. So surely there is like a price difference, like when they've just gone, let's just make way more cheaper, and then we'll just sell like
and just push out the rest of the market. Yeah, it started I think by their winches, by the Tigers 11 winch.
But like well, like I've got a Grande winch, right?
Yeah.
Not even a Dominator. It was before the Dominator was a thing.
Oh.
It was in Sam's car, and now it's in my car, and it's seen some shit. And it's like a $200 winch, and it has performed perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And it's like
same as my winch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the amount of times I've seen like people buy a Xeon, and it's like $3-4 grand, and then they go to use it and it breaks. It's like you cannot justify that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can't justify it.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
And we work on the theory with winches that you just got to use them and they don't die.
Yeah, 100%. You can't let them sit.
Yeah, if you let them sit,
corrosion, rust, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
will kill them.
Yeah, if you let them sit, because like this winch,
Unless
like it's making some bad sounds now, but like it owes me nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
unless you're breaking gears in them, as long as you run it, like the motor's still going to turn over if it's got power, as long as there's no corrosion and stuff and it's not rusted out. And it's the like,
and you don't like overheat it, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah. But, I don't know.
But I still find that funny because I get asked all the time, like, oh, what winch are you running? I'm like, mate, it's a Grande.
How does it go pulling is the Troopy heavy?
Last time I got weighed, it was 2.7.
Oh,
yeah. It's had a couple of things done to it, but not that much. So that was with everything in it. So it's probably that was with everything under 180 liters of fuel and like the whole nine. Right. That was before we went to the high country.
Damn.
But then like with what I've put on it with the same stuff, and it'd probably only be like 2.8 maybe.
Yeah.
But in saying that, it has skull dragged it a lot. So like the way that it is just set up, like it just scoops mud up, and like it literally becomes an anchor. Like
damn,
the leaf springs are so low and so far in that it scoops it up, and then it goes up into the rear bar area, and then that like scoops it into it, and it literally like the whole back is an anchor.
Oh, what?
So, that's why I get stuck in some dumb places
to
sometimes.
Weld up some plates for you so it doesn't cup it up.
Yeah, well, I've got some stuff in the works, and like I've got parabolics sitting waiting to go in it, and that'll like take my leaf springs from being this thick to like that thick.
Yeah,
so,
I'm keen for them to go in.
Yeah, that'll fix.
The more you have, the lower that's it.
That'll fix like basically everything. No, I'm not going to buy a GQ. I like my Troopy.
Yeah.
Don't tell me to buy another car. It just makes me not want to buy another car.
What are your guys like dream cars, or do you already have them? Like,
I have a $2,000 Pajero. Definitely not a dream.
That's the budget.
That's
budget four-wheel drive. Yeah,
that's fine.
In a few places.
Yeah,
it's what, sorry?
The budget four-wheel drive. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't go wrong. Like, I mean, $2,000 and it does like most stuff.
Yeah.
A winch would be good on it. A winch should be very handy on it, but I mean, it's good for what it is. I dream. So I want to head down the Toyota path, and get an 80 series, preferably 1H DT. But now I could settle with a 1HZ at this point. Like, I just kind of want something that's diesel, can carry a lot of fuel, and go remote.
Yeah.
And key, and it's going to start. That's sort of what I'm looking for. So it's maybe even a 105. I don't know. 80 series though is probably what it's going to be. But that's not a dream car. It's a practical car I want.
It's a practical car that you want.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
I don't know.
GQ.
I don't know. At the end of the day, like, I suppose it really depends on what you plan on doing. Like, yeah, if you're going to be out full driving, like every weekend, like it'd pay to have a rig that's really good. But like, at the same time, my car does me just fine for everything I need to do. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's like I was saying to Patty the other day, like people get, especially like with this huge hype around four-wheel drive, people get so caught up in feeling the need to have like really kitted out and well done up four-wheel drives when, like think about people back in the 1980s when the best car around was a leaf sprung 60 series. And they're still doing all the tracks, all the different things.
Yeah.
And it's
agreed.
Like, if you go to Langy and the tracks are chewed out by 50-inch tyres, that's a bit of a different story. But I don't know. That's
might I say, if it wasn't for living 4x4, I probably wouldn't have the car that I have, and I 100% wouldn't have the bar work and all that.
No,
crap,
exactly.
Because like I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion or not, but I don't pay full price for all that stuff because they're my sponsor. So it's like,
yeah.
Like if it wasn't something that I saw as like a possibility for in the future, then I wouldn't invest as heavily into it.
Oh, exactly right. Yeah.
But because you're right, like you can get away with spending way less money, and it will do the exact same thing. You know.
Yeah. It was like just recently, because in fact, all through COVID, I've been waiting because I wanted to do suspension in my car. Yeah. And it's like no mechanic shops are doing it because it's not like
not essential.
Yeah. But and leaf spring suspension is so expensive, like brand new kits, like $2,000,
isn't it? Yeah.
What?
Insane. Compared to a coil kit's like $900. Leaf spring's like double the price.
Yeah. Well, like I bought some parabolics because it's just in the rear. And they were like just over $1,000 for the parabolics, and then I bought springs for the front. I was like $200. I was like, sick.
Yeah, but in the end, it was good because I had a viewer actually got in contact, and he was wrecking an old GQ, and he had leaf springs 2-inch up ones, and he gave me the shocks and them at just over $200.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah.
What a man.
Yeah. So it was So chuck that in, and it's going to be so good to think that, because obviously, like, I suppose sort of back on the dream car, but I reckon down the track I'd want to like cab swap my cab onto a wagon chassis, so I got coils.
Yeah.
But it'd be good to think that I'm not just putting like $2,000 worth of suspension gear into a chassis that I'm going to get rid of, because no one wants leaf springs, so it's like you're never going to get that value back out of it.
No way, yeah. Unless you sell
the
the
car.
car.
You could use some cheaper gear in it rather than wait.
Oh, that's cool.
I just had someone ask if I'm getting superior high clearance plates. I'm not getting superior high clearance plates. I'm going to get J-Max high clearance plates because I did some investigating, and the superior ones, like, I don't know, they would work. They are $50 cheaper, but the J-Max ones look like they're just constructed way better. And I was like,
I was looking at them actually because they'd help a lot.
Yeah, they would help heaps, because like I never actually like probably looked at mine, and I was like, oh yeah, that's bad. Like how it's set up, it's like it's real bad.
When especially in your car, if you go parabolics and then your high clearance plates, you're gonna be like almost coil spec in terms of your diff clearance.
Yeah, well, like actually the leaves with the high clearance plates in it. Like I know this isn't very official. Actually, no, I got to take me it. It's actually gonna be. It's only gonna be something like 60 mil. Like it's only going to hang down like 60 mil.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's like less than control arm bushes and stuff.
Yeah, like it's nothing. So like everyone just talks so much shit about leaf springs. It's like, mate, you just got to set it up properly. Like they're like, oh, it just drags leaves everywhere. It's like, you know, it's stock leaves. Like it's stock springs, stock leaves. All it has is shocks.
Yeah.
You know.
And
so of course it's gonna drag it everywhere. It's designed to be in the mines. Like.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, leaf springs only matter if you're doing mud anyway. Bog holes.
Yeah,
bog holes are good for nothing. They just destroy your car.
Oh, bog holes are so bad. I hate bog holes.
I want to get the luck stuck in one. Let's do it.
No, oh yeah, we'll take yours out. Yeah. After my big desert experience.
Oh yeah,
again.
I remember watching that.
Never again. It didn't even come across like how much of a bad time we were having on that video.
Which one's
that? The last big desert video that we put up.
I might not have seen that one.
It was last year.
Yeah, maybe.
Like I ended up driving on the road with like no bonnet.
Oh no, I saw that. Is that where you drove through the puddle?
Yeah. We were so lucky that just this random farmer guy spotted us and had watched the channel. Like if he didn't spot us and like get us on the radios, I would have just been camping on the side of the road and calling the tow truck, to be honest.
Yeah. And he got you.
I couldn't go above 40 k's an hour. It was so bad.
That's so bad.
And like in doing that, like I fucked my whole cooling system. Like I need like new radiators and like everything to do with cooling.
But was it worth it for the content?
No. Not at all. I mean, I made one funny TikTok, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I reckon it was worth.
Bad.
But
after that, I'm like, never again.
Yeah, it's
I hate
crazy.
this. It was because it was mud like mixed with sand as well. So like
Yeah,
set.
it looked gross. Yeah.
It was the weirdest mud ever. I don't recommend the bog holes at the end of was it border track. Don't do it.
Just don't do it. I'm doing
just
it.
go around it. It's so easy to go around it.
Yeah.
Look at the box trailers. What box trailers?
I don't know what he's on about. How did you guys come up with Aussie Arvos? Did you just like is it like a friendship meme sort of thing, or what's?
No, originally the channel was called Patrick Jones after me, and I kind of hated saying like when someone said, "Oh, what's the channel called?" and I said, "Oh, it's called Patrick Jones." It just didn't like roll off the tongue nice.
Yeah.
Like Adam Reed does for some reason, but like my name just didn't. So I'm like, all right, I need a name. And then it's like the hardest part because I don't want to call myself like four-wheel drive adventures because like I wanted to be something general that it didn't like I can upload anything and it's not tied to a specific category of videos. So I'm like, all right, what do we got? Well, we're Australian, and every time we start filming a video, it's like 1 o'clock by the time we get ready. So I'm like, screw it, Aussie Arvos, let's just. And then it sort of clicked, and I don't know, it just kind of worked.
Yeah, that rolls off the tongue so
it's good. It's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, it's and yeah, it's sort of become our identity in a way. So
it really has.
That's kind of reminded me that I do need to change the channel name to Living 4x4. Now that I've like ventured off with my other brand as well, because that was the whole reason why I didn't change it, was I didn't want to be locked into four-wheel driving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the content, but now I've got this other stuff going.
I always search Adam Reed though when I'm looking for you. I never search Living 4x4.
Well, you always find it. Like it's
either way, it's going to link together.
And Sam Reed, like they're all linked together. So
yeah.
Like whatever you search, it'll come up.
Yeah.
But like I don't think it actually matters too much, but it'll probably just make a bit more sense.
Yeah.
It'll just be easier. But no, Aussie Arvos is good. I've always talked about like, because choosing a name is hard.
It's so hard.
I've always said like you can't be too specific. You don't want to like lock yourself into something. Because we looked tried to think of one for ages, and they were all like four-wheel drive specific, like hardcore.
Four-wheel drive 24/7.
No, that's not too bad. But it's like we had like I can't even remember, it was something along the lines of like locked and lifted or something like like real aimed right at like the actual four-wheel driving.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's not what we always want to do. Even though that seems like it's all that we do, but it's not. We suck at filming trips. Like we just don't film. Because we like get out there and we're like, oh, this is so good, and then we just don't.
Yeah, because it sucks. Last thing you want to do when you're out there, it's like it's just you don't like picking up the camera and putting it to your face. Like it kind of just I don't know. It's hard. It's you don't really think about it.
Yeah, at the start as well.
You're
not like sure when to film and all that stuff.
Sometimes I mean, if you turn your hobby into like sort of a video job, like trying to make everything you do into a video, it sort of starts to make.
It's exactly Seek Adventure.
Yeah, if you heard of Talking Automotive, he used to make really good content on YouTube. It was like about four-wheel drive tips and tricks and like little inventions.
And he was doing really well as well, like really well. He had 100,000 subs.
I think in a year he did it, and he was in WA, and he got to 100,000 subscribers, I think, and then he's decided he didn't want to do it anymore because it was turning like his hobby, doing this, going outside the outdoors. He felt like he had to film every second of it and turn it into a video. I don't want to do this. I'd much rather go my day job and then on the weekends, like that's my time to really have fun. And I totally get that. I completely
100%. I guess I'm lucky that like my hobby is also filming and photography and stuff. So it's like, you know, if I didn't do it, well, because I haven't been able to do it obviously with lockdown, and I'm like itching to not only go forward driving but to like make videos. Like I just like making shit.
I like making videos as well. It's pretty fun. Like my editing needs to get better. Like, it's not too bad, I suppose.
Well, the whole reason, like I got into it was because like I filmed everything as a friend group. Like that's like I've been posting videos on YouTube since like I don't know, since I was like 10 years old. Like just little things.
I've got like that many old channels.
And I think that's sort of like if we filmed it, and then one day we filmed, I think, a video of James the Patrol just like pulling logs in the backyard, and I think I called it like Mr. Patrol pulling logs or something, and it got like 3,000 views. And I'm like, what? It's like it because the content never really like I never made it to like get views or titled it to get views or anything. I just did it because I enjoyed putting out videos. And then this started taking off, and he was getting a turbo done the following week, I think, or something. And we're like, screw it, let's just film the turbo install because it'd be an interesting thing to have on YouTube anyway. There wasn't many turbos installs on a TD2 apart from I think Skid Factory did like a conversion or something. But and we filmed that, and that was kind of our real start was turboing James's Patrol. Like that's where it kind of everything took off, and we're like, screw it. We had the school, we had like the uni break, so we're like, let's just make some more videos on it and have fun and. It kind of just went from there.
Yeah. Fair enough. That's good.
That's the way you want it to be.
That's how it should start. Like,
exactly.
I don't like it when people are like, I want to make a YouTube channel, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think that, well, there's, I want to make a YouTube channel and there's, I want to make a YouTube channel. Like, it's two different things. It's like, why do you want to make it? Like, why do you want to make videos? Yeah. And it's very different. Like, if you want to do it so you can get big and be fucking famous and live off of it, like just don't bother.
Exactly.
Just, like, do us a favor and don't do it, because you just got to make a fool of yourself.
Yeah,
like,
you're dead on.
Like, you just got to be in it, just have fun.
Yeah,
and just make videos that you want to make, which you guys like definitely do. I think you're probably you're a lot better at it than other people, like just making videos that you want to make.
Yeah, you can see it in the videos as well.
That's the secret to it. It does sound cheesy to say, "Oh, just do what you love," but that's literally like you just gotta. If you don't enjoy making videos, it's literally key. Like what you love, and people can see that, and people can tell if you're genuinely making content you want to make. If me and Liam are out there doing something that we didn't want to be filming that day, like don't upload it because people are going to tell. People are going to know. Your audience will know that you're like, why are you doing this? It's not even. It's worth it. So it really comes down to like. You're not like if you come into YouTube trying to get money, trying to get fame, merch.
There's no money in it.
It's not, like that doesn't exist. Your happiness comes from just pressing upload and seeing something you've rendered out for 3 hours go online. Like that's what makes you want to do it. And
my favorite thing is like just looking back. Like it sounds stupid, but it's like looking back at. Like when you had no followers and stuff, and you're watching the videos and whatnot.
For sure.
Like now,
like
I have followers, but you can look back and like look on the trips and like when someone breaks their car, like it's there forever. It's
and
funny.
like just dumb stuff that happens or like
like it's great. Like I've always said like I literally don't look at the numbers at all. Like if you ask me how many subscribers I'm on, I'd have no idea. I should probably check that. But
it's a good memory log. Your video upload feed, like it's
it's great. It's awesome. Just imagine in like 20, 30 years time, and you can like
insane.
Like, it'll be cool.
I wish I knew what my dad was driving around when he was 21 and had videos of him doing it.
Yeah,
that
would be sick with that. So,
how cool would that be?
Yeah, I reckon. So it's gonna be. It's awesome. Like I think. Like that's more important. That's like the most important part of it is just like looking back on it and seeing it. It's gonna,
for sure.
It's gonna pay off in 20 years when we're doing it. When we're looking back and
hell yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Drive our car.
Remember that time we made a video about filling in potholes?
Why did you do that? Nah, that's awesome. Do you reckon like if your YouTube channel like starts taking off way more than it is, like obviously you get an awesome views and subscribers and all that stuff, which is like pretty cool. Do you reckon you would ever like take it to the next level if you could?
I mean, like,
or would
to live sustainably off YouTube, like you really and I think it's hard in the 4-wheel drive scene too because like you have an audience which there's a limit to how many 4-wheel drivers there are in Australia. Yeah. Like it's not like you're making gaming videos or something where there's just so many people
drifting.
The biggest 4-wheel drive channel only has 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. So it's 4-wheel drive. And like, they do big. But to get that big and live off it, you have to sell out. Like you have to sell products and sponsors and everything. And
so I mean, on the side.
Like that, it's hard. Like it's to do a full-time job of that. It's
And 4-wheel drives are
so. What?
What did you say?
So expensive.
Oh,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same as drifting as well, though. It's like
cars in general. Cars.
Why didn't I just start a gaming channel and like?
Exactly. I can record
Buy
myself
one
playing
computer and
COD.
last you 10 years. Don't have to change it.
Making a four-wheel drive video is like you have to leave your house, get in your four-wheel drive, go out to the bush, spend fuel, break something.
Get the boys together first.
Spend an entire day filming.
Nah, that's awesome though.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of effort. It's so that's why I think too the whole four-wheel drive YouTube is it's a hard gig if you really want to do it.
Yeah.
If you get
to that point, yeah.
Sam Arl, I think. Yeah, it's put on board. I think he's probably doing it full time, but yeah, it's a huge. You have to really be dedicated to it and love it.
Yeah.
To sort your merch out and all different revenue streams to make it work.
Yeah, and you guys are at uni as well, so.
Yeah, well, I've been graduated in June. So because COVID happened, I'm like, okay, now what? Like, RMIT.
Whoa. Thank you, man, for donating $5. It says Sam R on Tinder. Thank you so much for that $5.
I don't really understand that, but anyway, Sam R is not on Tinder.
I'd swipe right.
A girlfriend. Oh,
yeah.
No
I think it's good. Like, you guys make content with like your best mates and stuff, and at the moment,
it's sick.
At the moment, I don't like. I'm just making videos by myself, and it's like I want to start making do more stuff.
A team is the way to do it. Like, I couldn't do this if I didn't have James, Dan, and Liam. There's no way. It's not possible. You need your mates. Well, not only because it makes it actually fun to do, but like it's just like it's fun to have multiple people in it in the video. It just I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's the whole experience more fun. Like I really just like the videos of just me in it. Like I much prefer having everyone in there. And
for sure.
It turns like it makes filming fun. It's because we only did it on the weekends anyway, and like in between uni and stuff. And like we were having fun. I'm like, yeah, well, just film it anyway. It still has as much fun. So I think doing it with your mates is the way to do it. It's good.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. We've had a couple of people want me to talk about the cockpit.
Yeah, I was going to address that as well this episode.
Oh, I shouldn't have brought that up.
I know. No, I reckon we could do it though.
It would be awesome, but I don't know.
It's the legal liability thing that
someone understands. Like, I'm liable for everything.
We had this thought as well at Buggy Creek Track. We're like, imagine if we had a meetup here, and I'm like, yeah, it's public. I mean, like, yeah, I think you'd be okay and like legally, but still, you just, as I think you said it in the other podcast, that four-wheel driving, you got to be careful. Like, shit can go wrong fast.
Yeah.
And
I think like we might be able to do like a private meet, but then that's not what you guys are talking about. You're talking about a public meet.
Yeah.
And that's
unless you did like a members only meet and they like.
Oh, but still.
Only they knew.
Everyone who rocks up, I'd love it. Like you just commented, everyone who rocks up is responsible for their own rigs at the end of the day. So you say that, but as soon as something goes wrong, it's the event organizer that cops it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the last thing you want is someone getting hurt.
The last thing you want is to be on a current affair and they're calling you out.
Yeah.
Tracy,
actually, no, I want to be on a current affair. That shout out to national TV.
Yeah, but it's a hard thing.
It can be done. I think we just have to figure out the legal.
Because say with like drift events, right? They do organize it, but then the track like has all this insurances and like there's a lot of legal stuff involved for it to.
What?
If everyone just happens to be at the same time, there's still an.
It's like a lot of the four-wheel drive meet stuff I've seen. Like, have you heard of Blackstone 4x4?
No.
Anyway, they did a meet and it was at I think it was like at a four-wheel drive park in Queensland somewhere. But that's how they did their meet. So obviously, as soon as you do it in some private property, it must take a lot of hassle out of the.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, well, it'd be good to talk to Jason from Keep It Read about this, but like the organising of like locations, I think there's a lot involved in it, and I think it's really expensive.
Because are you allowed to have a meet on a public road, and like what's the legality of that anyway. Like I get.
You are supposed to like notify the police and say this is what's happening. This is where it is. Because obviously they're allowed to turn up. You know.
The thing is, out of like, if you were to put out a meet public, like the amount of people that would show up, like
it'd be scary.
It would be. You have like, it'd be insane.
And that's the thing, you have to coordinate it as well.
It's a
I'm
full
not
on.
very good at coordinating things.
You could just say like, if you didn't want to go legal about it and do all that sort of stuff, you could just say we're going to Cockpit on the 25th of October.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
You say, look, all these people, man. It happens.
Yeah, that's the way.
Why is everyone here? Like,
oh, what? Oh, Glady kebabs.
You do like at the end, in the middle of the YouTube video, say, I'm so stoked. Such and such said we're going to Cockpit next week. So, and then all of a sudden, people rock up, and it's like, oh well.
Speaking of which, do you guys want to go to Cockpit?
Yeah, you want to go to Cockpit?
Yeah, I mean the Pajero is not going to make it up.
Yeah,
I don't know if the Hilux.
Neither does the Troopy.
The Hilux won't, so let's just send it.
You got a winch?
Yeah, none of our cars.
I'll get one.
If somebody put me up, I'll try.
I just started
I
the
don't know
four-wheel drive.
It's fine.
Maybe. I don't know how.
Because I don't have a winch, so I'm literally screwed. We've been to the bottom of it, and I remember we went to the bottom of it, and we're like, "There's no way cars drive up here."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "There's no way cars drive up here." And then I think the next week,
isn't it? I love it. It's so good.
and I'm like, he could have took the Troopy up because the camera doesn't do it justice.
It doesn't do it justice. I know.
We got stuck. You know the bit at the bottom, the little like track up to the bottom of Cockpit.
Yeah.
We got one of our mates. Patrick got stuck on that, and
No, I made it. I made that.
Another mate in
Colorado
he
got stuck on
that.
Yeah. Well, like in the not the last one, the one before that we went that had the 76 series. He got stuck in that bottom section. We didn't film it.
Yeah.
Like he got stuck in the bottom section as well, which isn't even the track.
I'm so new
no,
to
you
this whole four-wheel drive thing.
I think that the thing I feel like Cockpit, you just need to have that wheel speed, and like I'm afraid to sit my 500,000 kilometer diesel on $4,000 for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, same. Like, just see where it stops. But yeah, that I'm glad someone agrees. That is also an influencer person. It's like the only way to drive Cockpit is to spin your wheels.
Yeah.
God, I get so much hate on the like. I get a lot of good comments as well on the Cockpit videos, but like, there's a lot of people who hate them.
So dumb.
It's so dumb because like if you were there, like the mud is so slippery and it's so steep.
I've never seen it in my life, so I have no idea.
We'll have to take you out at some point.
Oh yeah, after COVID, we'll definitely. Hopefully, I've got my tires in.
Maybe not in the Lux as it is. Our one requirement is you do need to have a winch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because without a winch,
the four-wheel drive poor man's Hilux Build has just begun. So
yeah,
we will get that.
I think
they've
lost
just
lost the Aussie Arvo boys.
Oh no. Boys, come back.
At least they look happy.
Yeah, they look happy as there.
No, but yeah. If you don't know, Mez is just starting his poor man's Hilux build.
Yeah, the poor man's Hilux build. So the reason of doing it is because I got the car for cheap, and I want to do like a cheap build to show people that they can do a cheap build as well. So
yeah,
like that's the whole point. And the first episode is doing really well actually. It's got like.
Is it?
Yeah.
To be honest, I haven't watched it.
Oh, what? No, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
like,
it's too busy turning 22.
Yeah. It's just a headlight video, but like.
I saw your TikTok on it.
It was just a bit of fun. Yeah, so you saw the TikTok. It's all good.
Yeah.
If you don't follow us on TikTok.
Basically watch the whole video.
Yeah. Oh no, they dropped out.
They dropped out. Yeah, that's all right. We'll keep going.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
It says, I'm just proving how tough the 70 series front end is.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is that tough. Like when it's slippery mud, you break a lot less because you can spin your wheels and jump it in the air, and then they come down and spin as they land because it's slippery. Whereas if that was rock, like goodbye diffs, goodbye axles, like hub studs, everything.
Are we back?
Yeah, you're back now.
Right,
You're lagging a bit, but you're back.
All right, cool.
Aussie internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Aussie.
We got to the name.
Do you guys have NBN?
We got fixed wireless.
Okay.
And it's usually pretty good, but I'm on my laptop right now because I don't have a webcam on my PC. So I'm on Wi-Fi, so it's kind of bad.
I don't have a webcam either. I use my phone. It actually works good.
Oh, really?
Oh, so you just got your phone on Discord sitting on top of you.
Yeah, well, it's like Droid Cam or something.
Oh, nice. And
Yeah.
That's cool. I was going to use my Canon camera as my webcam, but
I thought about that. I was going to get that.
Get real.
Nice on both.
Yeah, that one. I was going to get that camera, which is a cinema camera. I was like, oh, yeah. Bloody, like, oh, that and everything.
That'd be so good.
Came around and I was like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
NBN is useless. Australia is useless with internet.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter what you're with.
Someone wants to know about the guy that donated $5. Wants to know if you got in touch with 4Wheel Drive 24/7 about all that stuff.
Yeah. So the morning it happened. Well, yeah. So I woke up in the morning and checked my. Actually, you.
No, I came. Paddy was asleep.
He
I
ran.
come in. This is the day after it went live, and I said to Paddy, I was like, because I went to check the views on it the next day, like I always do or whatever. And I was going, Paddy, the video's not up anymore. And
I
like, what?
Because you can tell when the video comes out, you can tell how well it's going to go based on the analytic, like the trends. Like you know if the video is going to be a banger video, and this was aiming to be a banger video. Like
it's like the first 12 hours, and it's just like, oh fuck. You're like,
like I knew it was going off. So, and Lean told me, I'm like, what? No, there's no way. How does that happen? And I'd never got a copyright strike or anything at this point in time. So I was like, there's no way. I'm like, I didn't have any copyrighted music. There's no way that could have been taken down. Like, there's no way. And I look at my phone and I go on and it says like 4Wheel Drive 24/7 has manually removed your video on the basis of it containing like a second clip from a Cape York trip or something.
Dumb.
That was in there. It had legit 4Wheel Drive 24/7 like on the screen, like
you tagged them and everything.
Like,
yeah.
And it was literally, I was talking good things about them being like our inspiration for 4-wheel driving, and they took the whole video down.
They just didn't watch it.
They said it. They took the whole video down. They didn't even contact us at all or anything. Just dropped the video completely. And at this point, I'm like what? So one of my mates, James, messaged them, and they didn't want a bar of it. They just said, "Nah, you've used our content without permission. Too bad."
So you're literally allowed to do that.
Did you? So you talked to them after like it all happened and everything?
Yeah, they've already took it down. But they didn't reach out to us and say, "Oh, can you like take down the video or anything?" They just did it on their own behalf.
Yeah, they're a company. They don't give a fuck. Like
so we messaged out and just to do a feel like what happened, like what's going on, and they basically just said, "Nah, you've taken our content without permission. Too bad."
You can submit that to YouTube.
And at that point, like, I'm not going to try and argue with them because at the time my channel was so small. Yeah. They could have just, I don't know. I didn't want any more hassle. I didn't want to lose my channel. Like, I didn't care about getting the video.
Like, numbers-wise, what were you guys on at the time of all that happening?
Oh, we had 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah, right. So you're on 19 now.
A lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to lose the channel. I don't want another strike. I don't want them to get like. I was just at that point. I was like, all right, let's not try fight with these guys. I said, all right, no worries. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. And then I'm like, hang on. I'm like, I gotta put this. I can't drop this video. Like, I want it back on YouTube because it was going so well. So that day, I spent cutting out that 10 seconds of footage or whatever it was, like putting in the blank thing. Hit re-upload, and then I'm like, screw it. If they don't care, they're going to be like this, I'm going to title it like this.
Yeah.
And,
good.
And
like,
I'm glad you titled it that.
You definitely titled it like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was pissed. Like, I thought, like, it's a community thing, and you're all meant to sort of be, I was like, it just shows some, like.
They're a big company, and we're not.
Yeah, exactly
right.
They got knockers, they've got managers.
Yeah.
They don't care. Like, it's just ruthless.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to use 10 seconds of someone's content.
It was fair use. It was
fair use. So you can submit that to YouTube and they'll take your strike back.
So this is the thing. I was gonna go through YouTube and do the claim process. The scary thing about that is once you like appeal it, YouTube can't protect you legally from that at all. So once you appeal, it's like 4-Wheel Drive could sue me for whatever damages or anything from my tire, and I didn't want any. I'm like, I can't. I don't want.
Yeah,
Can't afford it.
I can't afford that. I don't want to get super damages or anything with this big brand. So I'm like, screw it. The video was already doing well, and it's the second video was already doing well, and the copyright strike will expire in about a month's time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, screw it. Let's just.
That's fair enough.
I'll just not make any controversial content for a few months and hope no one strikes me again. But I was like, yeah, it was just scary because it literally 3 strikes and everything you've worked for is gone.
The way that YouTube works, like it works well if people use it properly, but it can be abused really easy, and that's what happens a lot with other people's channel.
Exactly.
But you've managed to like turn it around, and it's probably been the best thing that's ever happened to the channel.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly right. It turned a shitty situation into a really good situation for us, and we came out morally on top in a way. So
100%. Like, the way you titled it and all that stuff, it's just like perfect.
Yeah, because
there was actually a big sort of there was actually like a small sort of change in the 4Drive community. Like we were watching very closely like the responses to that video, and like we had so much activity on our like Instagram and stuff and our Facebook.
Yeah.
And even like we were going through 4Drive 24/7 socials and seeing stuff from people seeing our video.
All our fans and giving their stuff.
That's so good.
Like that's 304,000 people have watched that. And
and to think that their subscriber base is 500,000, like that's a
500,000. So like, there's a good quantity of them are probably like loyal 4Drive 24/7 fans, and then to see them do something like that, they're probably going, "Oh, hang on,
exactly.
Maybe they are a big company and we don't like them."
Just real quick, I want to thank Amy for donating $10 to the stream. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Googly eyes. Thank you so much.
Anyway,
continue. She says cars and shit.
Love it.
Yeah. Sorry.
I was gonna ask, the part that they claimed, was it when they were 4Drive Action, or was it when they were 4Drive 24/7?
Okay, yeah. So they claimed. So they didn't even do the claim properly, because at the claim you meant to say at what timestamps you use the footage.
Yeah.
They just claimed the whole damn thing. They didn't care. But they like, you meant to say what video it came from, like what content they used. They did it from a Fraser trip from 4Drive Action, but obviously still on the same YouTube channel. But yeah, it was from 4Drive Action times, but then claimed under the 4Drive 24/7 name. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So I mean,
from my knowledge of what has happened with 4Drive 24/7, this is all allegedly. This is not actual stuff, so I'm not saying anything. Just so I don't get done.
Yeah.
But, they were 4Drive Action. That actual name is owned by a media company. So the hosts, they wanted to leave, and they wanted to, because they were so commercialized and stuck in that in
super
that name.
Commercialized.
Yeah.
And so 4Drive Action is owned by a media company. I don't know who it is. And so then they had to change their name. That's why they changed their name to 4Drive 24/7. And they broke off on their own thing, and like they dropped Kings, they dropped a whole heap of brands and everything. So that's why all that happened. And I'm pretty sure that like the people who own 4Drive Action allegedly are not the nicest people in the world.
I think they have very close ties to Kings.
Yeah, very close ties to Kings. This is all allegedly, just saying.
Yeah. Well, I think cause on Facebook, they obviously made a new page in that. But if you go to the 4Drive Action page on Facebook, they're still uploading Kings like sponsored stuff. So it's pretty clear that like 4Drive Action name is still tied with Kings.
Yeah. So 4Drive Action, like the new stuff, and 4Drive 24/7 is very different. Like it's a different company.
Only thing that's the same is the presenters.
Yeah,
essentially.
And I think, like, I honestly do think that the presenters like have their best interest at heart. Otherwise they wouldn't have wanted to leave. So
for sure.
I think they've kind of been dicked in a way with like the situation that they're in. Because I do think that the presenters themselves are good people. It's just they're stuck like legally.
Yeah, how
in all this like shitstorm. So
once stuff gets that big, it becomes corporatized. Like you need to pay all those cameramen, pay all the staff, everything. Like there's huge amounts of money being spent on the production because obviously they're making a lot of money as well. But it becomes a business, and everyone needs to get paid and fed, and it becomes
like
a lot.
Do you remember Smosh? That's a super old YouTube channel. I don't know if you would know it.
I recall.
Yeah. They were like 2 or 3 dudes that just did it together, and then they hit like 8 million subs. They got bought out by like a company, media company or whatever, and like they were still the hosts and all that stuff. And then they just the content got so like bad, and they started adding like more characters in and like doing all this stuff. And eventually, the one of them just left, Anthony. He was like, I seriously can't do it anymore. Made his own YouTube channel and like got out.
Yeah.
Like it just happens so much. Like a lot of YouTube channels do that. Like of the older ones anyway.
Yeah. Someone just commented saying Sean Whale was part of Tigers 11 who became Kings. So
I've heard a lot of rumors about Sean owning various parts of every. Yeah, I honestly don't know. Like I have no idea.
Yeah, like I've got no idea.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of comments
like what I've seen.
Yeah. Which I mean, he's good on him. He's doing it well. I mean, 4-wheel drive 24/7 pull that many views, and it's insane. Like they're killing it, really. Like
they really are.
But,
they are killing it.
Like it just comes down to the point that
we can make better content.
We're individual content creators. You know, like it's different leagues. It's different.
Oh, completely.
And so like they might be in like so much money off of a certain video, but their cost to make that video is way different. If we had that kind of money and an individual content creator made their own video, because the content creators like individual like us four are like so invested in it. I think if we got, I'm going to go on a different route here from what I was saying. If we just got given money, right, our videos would probably still be just as good as what they are now.
Hell yeah.
But if you give heaps of money to a big company, they're going to sell out and try and earn more money on top of it. So I think I've always talked about it. It's the TV game and the YouTube game. And the YouTube game is so different.
People,
and I'm actually so psyched that I discovered you guys, because I was always like 4-wheel drive people.
For the longest time.
Haven't really found anyone that like I'm like actually like as people. And I was like, And I was like, oh, these guys actually seem like good.
You just don't like me. You just put up with it.
Fuck that. But like you know, it's a different world.
I think a lot of people forget it's YouTube.
Yeah,
like
precisely.
That's what it's all about. YouTube. Like a lot of corporate stuff just doesn't succeed on YouTube. Like it does, but they haven't got the right intentions. They're going in there after the moolah. It's not so much because they want to film their mate disconnect his wastegate and blow up his engine. Like it's different. It's different motives, but I mean,
I've got a question. What is the Aussie Arvos plan? Like, are you?
Yeah, that's what.
Would you like to like just make more like full driving stuff, or do you want to make like modification stuff, or like what is it that you want to do?
I think the thing that stands between us and that at the moment is COVID. We have
I'm talking after COVID.
Yeah, but that's like I feel like we've already would have got a jump on that. At the moment, it is a lot modification heavy because that's what we're limited to.
Yeah,
but we got so many ideas we want to make. Like so many, like it's huge. It's all bad because I'm essentially nearly a free agent. Like I do some software dev on the side, but I'm essentially a free agent to make videos. So I'm like, as long as my mates are around, like let's make some content and like do some stuff because we've got like Google Docs full of ideas to do. We want to just keep making like I've said to everyone in the group, everyone in the Aussie Arvos, I'm like, I'm only ever doing this as long as I enjoy it. The minute I'm editing a video and I'm like, I don't want to be doing this, like I'm out. It ends.
Yeah.
Like that's like it's purely got to be like we've got to stick with the right intentions and make content, not just because we're thinking, oh, we can make AdSense off it or whatever. It's purely going to be because like we actually want to make that content. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a mixture of like trips, mods, like more fun stuff, like more pothole sort of side of videos, just like dumb videos.
Can I come? I'm coming to film one of them.
Yeah, and
all the help we could get, more shovel people.
Yeah,
there's a whole road.
There's a whole road. Yeah, just I don't know. It's probably just more of the same, like the same stuff, but like we can go out and do more things. Like really, like it's just that amplified. I want to make like 2 videos a week and just really make some fun videos that like everyone can enjoy and something different, like something that's just I don't know, just new and. You'll see it. It's all coming soon. They've got it's there's a lot in the pipeline and like a lot that like might not ever come, but yeah, it's just more YouTube videos and more just fun stuff, more videos with mates. Like that's the end of the day. I just love hanging with mates, and that's just we all love. Like
that's where the best content comes.
The most fun I've ever had this year is filming with these boys on videos on sets.
Sure.
Like because I've always loved to be. I wish I was making a movie or a camera or TV show. I'd love to be like behind the scenes and that. And being able to like make our own show with our friends, like on a $500 camera, like it's just like 10 years ago or 20. That's like wasn't a thing. It's just amazing what anyone with a camera now can go out and do. I love it, and it's just that's sort of the plan, and
cool.
Just keep doing it. But yeah, it's just and meet up with you and do a bloody cockpit video or something like that.
Yeah, man. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, it's so cool meeting you guys all being in Melbourne. It's awesome. Like, because like everyone in the 4-wheel drive game seems to be in Queensland or New South Wales or WA or whatever. So it's awesome to finally meet some people in Victoria. So yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely keen to get down and do.
Like you guys are so close to me as well.
Yeah, I know.
But where are you guys? I don't even know where you guys are.
We would be northeastern Melbourne, like outer suburbs. Like on the line of metro, non-metro. So we're stuck in metro COVID restrictions, which suck.
Yeah, that's
because I think if we walked a kilometer or so that way, we'd be free.
Yeah.
We're right. We're pretty close to King Lake and stuff.
Okay.
All right. I hate to cut everyone off, but my food has arrived.
Oh, what?
It is my birthday.
Is it your birthday or something?
Hey.
Nah, that's all good.
My Palmer is sitting just over there.
I'm getting a Palmer.
Yeah.
I'm getting a Palmer.
Yeah. So I hate to cut it off because it's not good.
We've been on here for over an hour.
I do have to go.
That's all good, man. It's all good.
But
happy birthday. I hope you enjoy your Palmer.
Thanks, mate. It was good to meet you too. We'll be in touch.
Likewise, Adam.
We'll be in touch, definitely.
Definitely.
Thanks, man.
For now, I'm gonna go eat a Palmer.
Enjoy. Enjoy that.
Right.
See you.
Actually,
We've been on for like over an hour now.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thanks for coming on, guys. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Want to touch base on, really? Let me just check my questions.
Not really. It's been pretty during COVID.
I feel like we've spoken about ourselves enough.
Yeah.
It
gets like that after about an hour.
Yeah. It's just COVID's just been hard for content creation. I mean, it's just not being able to leave home. It makes video making quite. It's just because you don't want to upload something that's boring. So it's sort of you're trying to make everything good. But
I forced a video like 2 weeks ago and I just hated it.
Yeah.
And then, like the next week I skipped one.
Yeah. No, it's hard. It's hard, but hopefully soon we're all out doing things. So.
John Smith says, "Where do I get Aussie Arvo stickers?"
Like AussieArvos.com.au. That's the site. You can get your own Aussie Arvo sticker for your rig. AussieArvos.com.au. They're $5 and free shipping Australia-wide. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, if you want to go get one, feel free to.
It looks sick as well. Yeah, definitely get yourself one of them, John. Yeah. So, do you guys have like a favorite like YouTube channel you watch, or do you not watch that much YouTube? Because now that you're making videos,
no, I say we both watch a fair bit.
I love YouTube. I've been watching YouTube since 2007.
It's just so much better than TV.
Yeah.
Personalized TV. Personalized TV.
I don't think I've been out to watch the TV in like 4 years. It's just because YouTube is just like what you want to watch, and it's made by people with good intentions, and it's amazing. In terms of like, I don't know, in terms of 4-wheel drive YouTubers or just general YouTubers?
General, probably.
Yeah, general. I'm just getting your website up so I can link it to him.
I mean, it's been, I don't know. Mine's a real mix at the moment. It's. I don't really have any super standard.
Yeah, I'd say I consistently. At the moment, like if I had to pick, like if there's a channel that I watch every single one of the videos that come out, or definitely Adam Reed's one.
Yeah, Adam, and that's not just because he's on the podcast. We've been watching Adam Reed for a while.
Yeah.
But then also like obviously Mighty Car Mods.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching them heaps lately. But even before that, of Skid Factory. Skid Factory.
Yep.
Yeah, I love their like content. Like I feel like that's like really.
It's all done
like,
pretty
really
well.
genuine and stuff.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've been watching Mark 180 SX. Is he the?
The LS swap.
The LS swap G Pro.
I was messaging him the other day.
Yeah, he seems like a really cool dude. And he's in Melbourne, I think, as well.
He's Melbourne
so
as well.
Yeah, I've been watching him a bit. And then just a bunch of whatever the home feed recommends.
Yeah, pretty much. I do that as well.
Yeah, the algorithm is pretty good these days. It kind of feeds it to you.
It does. It really does. So do you guys like street cars at all, or are you just like 4-wheel drive only?
I owned a Falcon. I not that that's like a super street car, but I had like a BF Mark II XR6 Falcon. For my first car, but nothing like crazy JDN spec or anything. It's just because like where we live, like. My stock Falcon scraped on the driveway getting down. Like it just, we live on dirt roads. It just doesn't, it never was clean. It was covered in dust consistently. Like it just, if we lived on a bitumen road, I would have had a nice street car 100%, but it's just on dirt. It just, the wildlife and everything out here, it just, you can't. It just ruins the car.
It does, it really does, hey.
And it'd be a shame to buy a really nice car and then
get chips
have it
all over
covered in dust its whole life. Just mainly 4-wheel drive. And what about you?
Yeah, I'd be the same. Even as like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it depends on where I lived and that, but I reckon if I had like the money, like if money was no object, I reckon it'd be sick to have like I don't know, like what sort of car. I reckon like I don't know, like obviously skylines and that are cool, and like I love choo-choo noises and all that sort of thing. Like that's sick.
Doesn't everyone?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's fair.
But I reckon there's definitely a possibility to own one.
Yeah, so you're not like super against them. Do you watch any like Adam LZ or TJ Hunt or any of them?
Not like consistently, but like if I get recommended a video that's got a good title, like I'll sit through a video where they're talking about off their head, like crazy, worked engines like 2JZs and all that sort of thing, and they're like,
for sure.
That's something I'll definitely watch videos like that.
Yeah. The chicken wing says Dan's VH ?
Oh yeah. Well, Dan's got if you watch Aussie Arvo videos, Mechanic Dan, he's in the videos also. He has a VH Commodore, which is pretty nice, worked motor and everything. That thing's sick, and he's still got like street cars. Well, not that they're really street cars, but like non-4-wheel drive vehicles. He loves them. So yeah, I mean, it just comes down to like practicality and what you want to do with them. Like I think it's just hard in our area to have a really nice street car, and I think that's unfortunately just like how it is. Like it just makes sense to have something that's not going to get ruined. Like you still have to say to those potholes, like I couldn't drive a lowest car.
Big, hey.
Like I couldn't. Like it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think too with the whole sort of why 4-wheel drive is kind of more popular, the whole cracking down on that street scene, like the cops and everything. Like I think
it's so crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you want to have fun with it, you have to go to a track, and that's sort of how it is. Like it's I think it's sort of where it's like street cars are definitely going to be there forever, but I definitely think that the crackdowns haven't helped it in growing and stuff. But
I wouldn't really know, like, what's the market like for
don't do it.
JDM
Don't do it. At the moment, they're absolutely stuffed up at the moment. Like people are trying to sell S13s for like 15, 20K. Like, and
I've heard it's going up. Like the cars, just in general, like those sort of enthusiasts are just going up. Like it's all just going up.
Yeah, like when I bought mine, it was $5,000, and that was 3 years ago. and it was it was just like not running, and all I did was switch the fuel rail over, and it just ran. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah. So like you can't even get like a shell now is like $3,000 to $4,000 just a shell. S13 shell.
Damn, yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know if it's obviously spurred onto by COVID at this point.
Yeah,
where
it really is because people are just buying.
It's insane. Stuff. The prices are just inflated. But I mean, people will pay it, and it's just like I'm hoping it's gonna like go down as restrictions ease, maybe.
Yeah, I hope the bubble pops and like things sort of.
That's be praying, but it's just what they were.
It was like doing the 4-wheel drive stuff now, like for my channel. Like I'm just gonna start getting into it a bit more as well because like I do like drifting, but I also want to be able to get out with like Adam and like you guys and do more videos and stuff, just to separate some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what like I'll do next because I'm doing like the budget 4-wheel drive, and if that takes off, I'd like to do something else, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you can definitely. I feel like even who we were talking about before, Mark 180SX. Like I was looking all at his old content because I didn't see his channel until good old YouTube algorithm recommended gifting or buying the cheapest LS1 Patrol you can buy. I was like, of course I clicked on it. But like that's the thing. I feel like his channel now he could easily mix in street car content, and a lot of people would watch it.
Yeah. He's got the stuff.
It just helps to get those trendy topics to actually like get the channel out there.
Yeah.
So you can definitely mix it up. Like I'm sure we could throw, like not that we would.
I'd love to buy a project car,
but like some sort of street car or like whatever it is, non-4-wheel drive lad. I'm sure we could throw it into the mix, and we'd have lots of people that.
For sure.
I think it's
cool, hell yeah, that's sick. Yeah, I just I'm hoping this COVID stuff goes away because I just booked an event for I think it's like 4 weeks away.
Yeah,
drift event up at Winton.
Yeah.
So like
nice.
it's all like according to the roadmap. Like so that's why Jason from set it up.
Yeah.
So like everyone's booked it, but it might not even go ahead.
Yeah.
So we got 4 weeks. Like then I've got like a bunch of stuff left on the car to do. Like pretty simple, but yeah. Should be doing a track event soon, I hope. And full driving.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've got like, I want to get tires and a lift and stuff. I'm just trying to figure out like the best, like way to go.
You want to get stuff that don't want to be spending an arm and a leg or like spending the same money in suspension that you spent on the car itself, sort of thing. So there's always, but there's nothing wrong on doing it on a budget. You can still get like
it's like
so many other highly modified cars and that.
Yeah, like I said before, I don't know when you dropped out if you heard it, but like the whole reason, like the title of it's like Poor Man's Full Drive, just to show people that you can do whatever.
And that's totally like heaps of people are doing that. This is the best time to be a poor man to have a 4-wheel drive. To be honest, like this is the best. Like there's so many cheap mods you can do on the car. Like it's so accessible now compared to like 10 years ago. If you wanted a winch, you're paying like big money.
Even like an exhaust, like you can go and buy an aftermarket exhaust now. Like you can just click order, and then SR5 Hilux exhaust will rock up at your door. Like
it's pretty. We live in a pretty good time. Don't we?
It's not bad.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of COVID's the best time to be doing all that sort of stuff. That's why I wish I had a new car I could be working on.
Yeah.
So much time to do at home. But tomorrow we're doing suspension on Liam's car, so that'll be.
So you're gonna be filming that? Like an
overhaul? Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Lifting it. So yeah. But yeah, exactly. That's the COVID thing. Just work on your own vehicles and get them up to spec, and then it's going to be crazy the weekend we roll that out. It's going to be mental all out on the tracks and.
It's going to be nuts, isn't it? Like.
It's going to be insane. So.
There's going to be so much traffic and just people everywhere. Like.
Yeah.
It'll be fun though. It'll make for good content as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it.
There's 2 people asking what is Dan's actual profession.
Diesel mechanic.
Diesel mechanic. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
But he's. I feel like he's probably pretty good on. He's pretty good at all sorts of.
He knows his stuff.
If
you go watch the Turbo series or any of the mechanical series where he's in it, and watch the VH motor he built, like he's very good mechanically minded. He's
That's awesome that he's like a part of the crew.
Yeah, helps. He's great. He's great. Great. So it sucks because the 2 boys haven't been here because of COVID in like 8 weeks, 8 videos. Like we haven't had them in, so it sucks.
That sucks.
So big, hopefully meet up in like a couple of weeks when we can all see each other again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for
it'll
sure.
be good.
We've been on for over an hour and 20.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, that's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Do you guys have anything you want to ask me? I'm pretty much out of questions and stuff, and I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah, I actually haven't had a good look at your channel. What sort of, like, do you do a lot of stuff on your, did you say you had a S13, was it?
Yeah, I got a 180 SX, so that's being built into a drift car. It's pretty much done.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's just like got to put an angle kit on it, which I'm not doing until like after the next event, just because I want to keep it stock for now. Like, it's just better to learn. Like,
how expensive are drift events? Like, is it just your tires and like entry pretty much, or is it?
Yeah, pretty much. Like petrol, tires, and entry. Like my entry for this one was $200 for the skid pan, but I think to do the whole layout was like $250 or $300.
Yeah,
which is pretty good. And I think the prices have gone up a bit because of COVID, but like it's got like 60 drivers or something, so it's so good.
Jeez, yeah. Nah,
And,
imagine it'd be like so fun out there.
Yeah,
it'd be a lot of
it's
fun.
so much fun, guys. Like you got to get out there, like just come out, like spectating, so fun, and get a ride along as well.
Yeah,
that's mad.
Yeah, tires are like my rear tires cost me like $60 new, which is pretty good. Like grippy enough for what I do.
You don't want to be spending a lot if you just smoking them.
Like some people spend like $200 on rear tires, like because they just make so much power.
Yeah,
but so it's pretty much just fuel, tires, and whatever else you break, pretty much. Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like it's not too expensive. It's like if you do it once a month, if you really want to start drifting, like once a month.
Yeah.
Obviously, forward driving is pretty much free unless you want to go on like the tracks that are like club only.
It's a pretty cheap hobby to get around into, and you can very much pace yourself into how extreme you want to go when you go out there. So and not to mention it just takes you to these awesome places. So it's
pretty sick, isn't it? Like just camping in places. Like,
just kept pulling the handbrake up and setting up the awning and having a few beers with mates. Like that's the best part in my opinion. I love it.
Yes.
Well, that's what you think. Like, I don't think the first person that went forward driving went out looking for gnarly tracks. I'm pretty sure they were like, oh, I want to get to the top of this hill, and there's only one way to get there.
Yeah.
I want to put my tent at the top of that. I'm going.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
I don't know. I'm just so keen to like be able to get out and start doing new stuff as well. Because like I used to just be like only doing my street car.
Yeah.
And, like I needed a tow car, so I got the Hilux. Super cheap as well.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, I should just do a build on that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Yeah, may as well. Then you experience best of both worlds. You're loving it.
Yeah. It's gonna be pretty fun. But I think we'll just end it there. I'm pretty much out of questions and stuff on my notepad.
No, you did well.
Yeah, I feel like we had an awesome conversation as well. It was good to have you guys on.
Yeah, that's good. No, cheers for having us on.
Yeah,
thanks for coming on. Like, I just obviously I've watched like 3 of your videos like since last week, and I've liked all of them. So like, if anyone in the chat hasn't watched Aussie guys, fuck me. Aussie Arvos.
Aussie Arvos, that's it.
Yeah, go check them out. They're awesome dudes. They make awesome content. It's Aussie Arvos on Instagram as well.
Yep, Aussie Arvos Instagram, Aussie Arvos Facebook, and aussiearvos.com.au.
Exactly, yeah, if you want to grab some stickers. And don't forget to follow everyone else that's linked below. Thank you so much for all the donations and all that stuff. It goes to like all the hosts of the channel as well. And yeah, if you're new around here, click subscribe. Stay tuned for my 4x4 content, and hit like as well so this video gets pushed out to other people that missed the live. And we'll see you next week on Talking Automotive for episode 10.
Awesome.